It really depends on the individual. So it's always dissecting that story as an individual. For me, I can't talk about my clients, but for me, it was always, if I became who I know that I am, this powerful leader, if I voiced my opinion, if I wanted that next step in my career, it was going to look extremely ugly. It was going to look like a possibility of divorce. It was going to look like a possibility of people just disliking me and being like, who is this new Carla coming out? Is she real? Is she fake? Is she for real? And I was going to get a ton of judgment. So I had to go back, and my whole life, I've always been bullied and picked on, and now I'm a grown-ass woman. So you can't even use that as an adult. I hear adults saying, I've been bullied and picked on. You're a grown-ass person. You can't use those words, and we're not a child. You're only bullied and picked on if you choose to be. You have to stand up for yourself. So when I hear grown women saying, I've been bullied by all these men, you choose to be bullied. You're a grown-ass woman. Like, stand up for yourself. So for me, it was just constantly just telling myself, like, in order for me to move on to the next step, I had to understand that I'm not being bullied and picked on anymore. I'm a grown-ass woman. If I'm going to go after what I want, what does that look like? It looks really ugly. It looks like possibility. Like I said, I'm not going to have enough time for my family. My kids will suffer with the time with their mom. My marriage is going to suffer. And what is AZ going to think of me? So all these little areas that I had, all these stories, because as women, we're told, don't speak so loud. As women, we're told marriage is the way to go. And so all these things, and I was afraid to become too powerful, more powerful than AZ. I was afraid of that because I even had my own husband. At times, he didn't even know because he was wired to be a certain man too and treat his wife a certain way. When he would, and I said this on podcast, so there's nothing to hide. When he used to kick me under the table like, hey, you're loud or you're rude. So he was even stopping me from being Carla because I wasn't, completely the way he wanted me to be or what he meant. So I always say this too. It's like, who was really lying in this marriage? I was, because the person AZ met is not the person I really was. I was just trying to fall in love. I was just wanting someone to love me because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have love. I didn't have attention. So I thought, here comes a guy who's going to give it to me. So let me be this other person. So that bled into my success. It bled into my relationship with my kids and my family and everything else. It just bled. I become weakened. So I had to understand, in order for me to want what's next, it's going to look extremely ugly. How bad do I want it? I want it bad. Do you know why? Because I am 40 years old and I refuse to go another year. And this started when I was 30. This mindset started when I was 30. That's how long it took me to be here today. It was reps after reps after reps after failures after ugliness after people telling me you're bullshit, get off, you're loud, you're aggressive. No, you're teaching my wife the wrong things. Now I have men sending their wives to me. The thing is that I had to tell myself, how bad do I want it? I will not allow another year to go by for someone to tell me in which direction I need to go. I wanted it bad. I wanted it so bad that I knew that the ugliness I was going to go through was going to be extremely easy because it was nothing compared to what I had been through in my childhood. That's how I had to talk to that other woman. Get your head out of your ass because you've been here before and it's ugly. I'm a competitor.